Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back into the video. I was not prepared to do this video, as you can clearly see. Um, I just found out about this about 5 minutes ago before I got on camera here and then make a video. I'm not even joking about that because I just seen the text from multiple people that have been texting me and giving me the info of what's going on. Um, and I'm just completely shocked and you know for anybody who doesn't know yet, um, I have to regretfully inform you that Hulk Hogan has passed away. Um, they're saying that he passed away from cardiac arrest. Um, and that's pretty much the only info I got. Hulk Hogan, real name Terry Bollea. Um, Obviously, wrestling icon. You know, I did meet Hulk Hogan. It was, as I've said before to most people that I've talked to about this, it was not that great of an experience. But I still have much respect and admiration for him as a wrestler, um, because he was a wrestler I did like as a kid. Wasn't my favorite, but everyone knows Randy Savage was my favorite. But and Stone Cold, obviously, then in the Attitude Era. But you know, it's really sad. Um, I know there is a lot of things that people now bring up when it comes to Hulk Hogan. Then him basically making wrestling really what it is today. Whether you love Hulk Hogan or hate Hulk Hogan, wrestling is not what it is today without Hulk Hogan. And that's the one thing I can say about Hulk Hogan is that he did change the game when it came to professional wrestling. Um, Before Hogan being Hulk Hogan, there was territories. It was a much different business. Um, it wasn't the national exposure that it is today, and Hulk Hogan really created that. So for that, I am really upset because he, was someone that I did like. I did like his matches. Um, you know, Especially when he did the NWO. The NWO probably was. I mean, I know it's can't really top his babyface run, but his original babyface run. But his NWO shit, man, like New World Order, like that really, I think, helped Hogan. I mean, I know he had the creative control thing that everyone wants to talk about, but the NWO thing legitly probably kept Hogan relevant for all those years through the New Generation and Attitude Era. Because when he came back towards the end of the Attitude Era in WWE, after WCW went out of business, um, that really helped Hogan in those later years be still relevant when he came back to the yellow and red, and won the undisputed title for the month that he had it for before losing it to the Undertaker. Um, you know, I know the legacy of Hogan is forever frictioned because of fractured. Sorry, for the racist leak text message or voice message thing that he did, and that's mostly what people are going to probably remember him most for. Then all his matches and stuff like that, and everything he did for the business, because that's what almost everyone talks about now when it comes to Hulk Hogan, um, or obviously the tape scandal too. Um, those are the things that are going to be talked about the most when it comes to Hulk Hogan, unfortunately. And I'm not trying to excuse it because obviously he did it to himself. but it's very unfortunate that that is going to be the legacy of Hulk Hogan, unfortunately. Um, but that's going to be the legacy people remember the most. Now, I am really interested to see what WWE does, because this isn't a normal legend passing away. Because Hulk Hogan obviously was somebody who really revolutionized the business in terms of getting into pop culture and stuff like that. Hulk Hogan, I don't think it should just be, a video package, or, you know, the card or whatever they do in memory of Hulk Hogan. Like, Hulk Hogan deserves the 10 bells, okay? Hulk Hogan deserves the 10 bells, okay? I'm so, like, I think they did it for Dusty Rhodes, I believe, all right? But recently, and I think they did it for Piper as well, but recently, a lot of the legends who pass away, they only do like a video package, and they do the in memory card at the beginning of the show. Hulk Hogan deserves the 10 bells, okay? The only time they do the 10 bells these days, it seems like it's like with the active wrestlers that unfortunately passed away. We've seen it with Eddie Guerrero. We've seen it with, most recently, Bray Wyatt. And yes, I know Terry Funk was also tributed that same night, but that's only because they unfortunately passed away within a couple of days of each other. So they did the same. They did the tributes together. If that had just been Terry Funk, they wouldn't have done the 10 bells. I think they should do 10 bells for Hulk Hogan. I think personally, I think they should do 10 bells for every legend wrestler that passes away. But I get it. There's time restraints. But Hulk Hogan, like, and also again, like, I know SmackDown isn't taped anymore; it's live, right? So I think SmackDown should be just dedicated to Hulk Hogan. Whatever they're supposed to be doing for SmackDown, just throw that out the window and just do a tribute show to Hulk Hogan. At this point, I mean, this guy, made really WWE what it is today. Without him, there isn't WWE in the way we look at WWE today. So I hope they do the 10 bells for him. He deserves that much, no matter what your opinion is on him about the racist stuff that he did, which is again, that it tarnishes his legacy. I get it. For a lot of people, we've seen even wrestlers today. Seth Rollins, CM Punk. We've seen it. That their opinions of him aren't great. But I think he deserves that respect, because he did help the business where it is today, and I think he deserves that much, from everybody. In terms of my memories of Hulk, I mean, most of the stuff I remember about Hulk specifically is a lot of the NWO stuff, because I was born in 91. So a lot of my wrestling memories are more from the NWO stuff, and then of course the later stuff he did in the Ruthless Aggression era and the late Attitude era, Ruthless Aggression era stuff that he did. Because I really started wrestling when he was already in WCW. I mean, I had the old tapes of like the old matches that he did prior to that with WWE, that I had watched back in the VHS days. But my I guess my biggest thing that I can remember the most was when I saw live him win the undisputed title from Triple H. I thought it was a cool deal, because I didn't really think Hogan was gonna win the title back. Especially with all the stars that they had in the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression Era, because that was a transitional period. And before people say, "Oh, that was a Ruthless," it's like, no. According to WWE's official history, the Ruthless Aggression Era didn't start until SummerSlam of 2002. So Attitude Era was still going on, technically in 2001. I know a lot of people think the Attitude Era ended like when WCW ended, but that's not how WWE has their official history. Um, so yes, I'm talking about the late Attitude Era. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a sad day. But I hope SmackDown does the 10 bells um, tomorrow because he deserves it. And he doesn't just deserve a video package; he deserves like a whole tribute show. Like, and I know there are gonna be people that are not gonna want to talk about like the wrestlers of today. I'm almost certain that the 95% of the wrestlers today don't want to say anything positive about Hulk Hogan because you know because of all the stuff he has said. But I just feel like at the very least, man, like they have to do a show dedicated to him because this guy, without Hulk Hogan, these guys wouldn't get the salaries they got today, because Hulk Hogan was the one who kind of started that. And again, I know there's been a lot of problems, the union thing, um, which, I was not a big fan of hearing that, of him stooging Jesse Ventura. But I just, like, you just can't not talk about Hogan. You can't just not ignore Hulk Hogan, like, in his accomplishments. What he did for the business is second to none. Um, and again, that's the upsetting thing. He's passed away at 71. His last appearance obviously was the Netflix debut, which has become infamous because he was booed out of the building. Um, but yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. That's for damn sure. Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. Um, what you gonna do, brother, when Hulk Hogan runs wild on you? Yeah. Um, yeah. Rest in peace, man. I again mixed feelings about it, but I am upset to see him not around anymore. Hogan, again, great moments. NWO, for life. But yeah, I really hope they do a tribute. I hope SmackDown is just a Hogan tribute show. I'm sure we're not going to hear people talk about him because, again, a lot of the wrestlers have been very opinionated on Hulk Hogan, understandably so. But I think you got to do like a show for him, man. Like I think you got to do a tribute show. And 10 bells, he deserves that. Like the status of him as a legend, he deserves that. That's my thoughts. Comment, rate, whatever. Give me your memory. Give me your memory of Hulk Hogan. And what you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother? That's it. I'm the S. Sultan Goku Moderate. Peace.